If you wake up tired and crash in the afternoon, you are not alone. If you find yourself wide awake at 11 p.m. staring at the ceiling, there is a reason. Many Americans over 50 assume this is just part of getting older. They tell themselves this is what their 50s should feel like. But in many cases, it is not simply aging. It is a disrupted cortisol rhythm. This is something you can absolutely improve. Cortisol is often called the stress hormone. This makes it sound harmful, or like something to suppress. In reality, cortisol is essential for life. It helps regulate blood pressure and balance blood sugar. It supports immune function and controls inflammation when properly timed. Most importantly, it determines when you feel alert and when you feel ready to rest. In a healthy body, cortisol follows a precise daily rhythm. This rhythm is guided by your internal biological clock. It rises in the early morning to help you wake up. It peaks about 30 to 45 minutes after you get out of bed. This process is known as the cortisol awakening response. That rise prepares your brain for focus and your body for movement. Then, cortisol gradually declines throughout the day. It reaches its lowest level at night so melatonin can rise. This allows sleep to unfold naturally. You can think of cortisol as your internal sunrise. When the timing is right, you feel clear in the morning. You stay steady in the afternoon, and feel naturally sleepy at night. But when the rhythm shifts, the entire day feels misaligned. You wake up groggy and depend on caffeine to function. You hit a wall around 2 or 3 p.m. Then at bedtime, your mind feels oddly alert. Over time, this pattern influences more than just energy. Elevated evening cortisol interferes with deep sleep. Blunted morning cortisol contributes to brain fog and low motivation. Persistent misalignment is also linked to increased abdominal fat storage. It can lead to insulin resistance and low-grade inflammation. These changes are subtle and gradual. That is why they are often dismissed as just aging. Why does this happen more often after 50? One reason is cumulative stress. By midlife, your nervous system has spent decades managing responsibility. You have handled career demands and raised children. You have supported partners and cared for aging parents. Even retirement brings psychological adjustment. Chronic stress does not just affect your mood. It recalibrates the brain's stress regulation system. This is often called the HPA axis. Over time, cortisol output can become flatter or mistimed. The body remains slightly activated even when it should be resting. Lifestyle habits reinforce this shift. Late-night television and scrolling in bed play a role. Irregular sleep schedules and skipping breakfast add to the problem. So do caffeine late in the day and alcohol to unwind. Years of short sleep eventually weaken the morning rise. The evening decline becomes incomplete. The goal is not to eliminate cortisol. Cortisol is not the villain. The goal is to restore your rhythm. The first and most powerful reset is morning light. Within the first hour of waking, step outside for 20 minutes. Let natural daylight reach your eyes. You do not need intense exercise. Just stand, stretch, or walk gently. Even on cloudy days, outdoor light is much brighter than indoor bulbs. This light signals your brain that morning has begun. It triggers a healthy cortisol rise and sets the timing for your day. If you stay indoors in dim light, the signal is weaker. If you immediately check your phone, the internal clock drifts later. The rhythm stays confused. The second reset is consistency in your wake time. After 50, regularity matters more than sleeping in. Waking at the same time each day strengthens your cortisol response. Large differences between weekdays and weekends shift hormone timing. This makes it harder to fall asleep and easier to wake too early. The third reset is a protein-rich breakfast. Many adults begin the day with only coffee or refined carbs. That pattern causes blood sugar to spike and then drop. When blood sugar falls, cortisol rises to compensate. This creates unstable energy and mood. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein within an hour of waking. Eggs with vegetables or Greek yogurt with nuts are great options. Salmon with avocado or a protein smoothie also work well. Stable blood sugar reduces unnecessary stress signals. The fourth reset is daily movement at the right intensity. A brisk 30-minute walk is highly effective for regulating stress hormones. Strength training 2 times per week preserves muscle mass. It also improves insulin sensitivity. Both of these influence your cortisol balance. However, high-intensity workouts without recovery can keep cortisol elevated. After 50, the body responds better to consistency than extremes. Movement should energize you, rather than exhaust you. The fifth reset focuses on the evening environment. After sunset, melatonin should rise and cortisol should decline. Bright screens and overhead lighting delay this shift. Blue light suppresses melatonin and disrupts the nighttime transition. Turn off screens 90 minutes before bed. Dim your lights and use warm-toned lamps. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Understand that alcohol fragments deeper sleep. It can even trigger early morning cortisol spikes. The sixth reset is simple breathing regulation. Stress is physiological, not just mental. Slow breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system. This is the body's recovery mode. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 2 seconds. Exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Repeat this for 5 minutes before bed. The longer exhale signals safety to your brain. When your body feels safe, cortisol naturally declines. Beyond these steps lies a deeper shift. For much of adulthood, success meant pushing through fatigue. Productivity was rewarded and endurance was praised. But biology now favors regulation over intensity. Your body thrives on predictability. It wants predictable light and predictable wake times. It needs predictable meals and movement. Small signals, repeated consistently, rebuild your rhythm. Cortisol is not a flaw in your system. It is feedback. If your rhythm is off, it reflects years of adaptation. It is not a failure. If you want a 1-week reset, start with 3 anchors. Use morning light, a consistent wake time, and protein at breakfast. Then add daily walking. Establish an evening screen cutoff. Practice slow breathing before bed. Limit caffeine to the morning and reduce alcohol. Track how you feel upon waking. Notice if your mind clears faster. Notice if the afternoon crash softens. Notice if falling asleep becomes easier. Healthy aging is not about extreme interventions. It is about restoring timing. When cortisol rises and falls at the right time, energy stabilizes, sleep deepens and mood steadies. Metabolism functions more efficiently. The body shifts from constant activation to balanced regulation. If you feel tired or wired, remember this: your body is not broken. It is adaptive. It has carried you through decades of responsibility. Now, it simply needs clearer signals. Give it morning light. Give it real nourishment early in the day. Move consistently. Protect your evenings. Breathe slowly. When you restore rhythm, you restore resilience. Take a slow breath. If your nights have felt fragmented, this may be the reason. Cortisol and sleep are deeply connected. When rhythm drifts, rest becomes fragile. In our previous episode, we explored why sleep changes. We looked at how inflammation plays a role. When you understand both pieces, the pattern becomes clearer. Strength is not force, it is rhythm, and rhythm can be restored.